Hello and welcome to another episode of Travel Chef. I'm sure for those who are staying in Bangalore, it must be really hot. I think we have hit in the last week around 36 degrees. This is like crazy. Anyhow, so I just wanted to cool out from this heat and I wanted to make a sharbat, something to cool myself off. So the best thing which I thought is Muskmelon Sharbat. So in this video I'm going to show you how to make this sharbat the quick and easy way. So come on along with me and I'll show you how it's done. Come on! Muskmelon is the first ingredient that we have used, and this has a lot of nutritional health benefits. Also, this is a variety of muskmelon that we have got and not the exact muskmelon is what I can see. The second ingredient to be used is sago pearls, and these are got from tapioca starch. However, these sago pearls are used mostly in Asian countries to make desserts, drinks, etc. We have also soaked the sago pearls in water before we start using them. The third ingredient is milk, and which is a 500 ml packet, and it's a normal milk. This is custard powder, and we have taken around 3 tablespoons, which should be around 42 grams. The final ingredient is 1/4 cup of sugar. All these ingredients are used to make our Muskmelon Sharbat, and I'm really excited to share this recipe with you. So let's start making it. The first step that I have done is to slice the muskmelon into halves, and this is how I have done it. To start making our muskmelon juice, we need to first de-seed the muskmelon. We can scoop it out with a spoon. Once we have removed the seeds, we can start scooping out the fleshy parts of the muskmelon. We can use a spoon. Actually, it's much more easier and more effective method using a spoon. Once we have finished scooping out the fleshy parts of the muskmelon, we start dropping them into a mixer grinder jar, and slowly we need to drop them one by one. We now are going to make this pulp into a smooth juice. So just give me some time. I'll make this into a juice and come back to you guys. We have now made the muskmelon pulp into a smooth juice. Our next step is to start cooking the sago pearls. We have dropped the sago into the pan. After placing the sago into the pan, we need to add 3 cups of water along with the sago. We give the sago a stir and we need to boil it for 10 minutes. So now we are using an induction cooker to cook our sago, and we'll show you how to do it. After placing a sago on the induction cooker, we have set the wattage to 1300. We are just occasionally stirring the sago just to ensure that the boiling takes faster. Now our sago is about to boil, and we need to now reduce the flame, and from 1300 watts we brought it down to 300 watts, after which we are going to set the timer for 10 minutes. Our sago pearls is going to get cooked in another 4 minutes and at 300 watts. So let's wait patiently, and once it's done, I'll come back to you guys. We are now straining the sago that is boiled, and they now started to become a translucent color if you see. After straining our sago, we keep them aside and we move to the next step. The milk that we had kept aside previously, we need to mix the 1/4 cup of custard powder along with the milk. Now we need to mix both the custard powder and the milk together and ensure that we mix them thoroughly so that they are well combined and it is smooth and no lumps are formed in it. We now pour the milk along with this custard powder that we have well combined and into a steel bowl, and we are going to boil this milk. We have now placed the pan onto the induction cooker, and I have set it to 1300 watts. We need to keep stirring this often so that the milk does not get burnt. Also, I am stirring this milk often just to avoid it from getting burnt and also avoiding lumps that could be formed. We continuously stir the milk until it thickens. So, we'll come back to you once it's done. As I see, the milk has started to thicken, and we have reduced it from 1300 watts to 300 watts. Also, as a piece of advice, please don't use steel utensils because the chances of the milk burning is faster and it might get spoiled. As the milk thickens, we'll be adding the 1/4 cup of sugar that we have kept aside previously. We need to mix the sugar along with the milk as it thickens. Also, as a piece of advice, please don't use steel utensils because there's always chances that the milk getting burnt. Also, lumps are forming once the milk gets burnt, which does not taste well when we make a sharbat. So just avoid it. Now the sugar has melted and the milk has now become thick. We need to take it off the induction stove now. We now have to wait for the milk to cool down to room temperature. In the meantime, we can read a newspaper and wait patiently. As the milk cools down, I've seen some cream forming on top of the milk. I stir the milk thoroughly just to avoid the cream forming once again, also to dissolve any lumps that forms also. I see the milk has cooled down to room temperature now. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the muskmelon juice along with the milk. We need to thoroughly stir the muskmelon juice along with the milk thoroughly so that both of them combine together. The muskmelon juice that we had poured now along with the milk is nicely combined and there is no lumps. The liquid is nice and smooth. And then the next step would be to add the sago that we have kept aside. We then mix the sago along with the milk as well as the muskmelon juice, and we stir it thoroughly till all the lumps break away into small pieces. And finally, our muskmelon sago sharbat is ready, and we need to transfer it into a glass and add the garnishing. That's about it. And we're going to fill a glass with the sharbat and then place it in the fridge. And once we take it out of the fridge, the next step would be to add the garnishing, that is the cashew nut garnishing, and now a sharbat is ready to be served. I'm sure it's gonna be tasty. Well, if you like watching this video and you learned something out of this, please share it with your friends. I'm sure they also can try this recipe to make some cool, lovely muskmelon sharbat and to beat this scorching heat. So if you like this video, do like, share, comment on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And until the next video, take care, stay safe and see you soon. Good night and see you next week. Bye-bye.